ago.
What's up, bottom feeders? We're here, episode 11, Bottom of the Barrel podcast. This is Matt here with Jermaine. What's up, Jermaine?
Not much, I'm back, better than ever, still sexy, doing my thing.
All right, then. So what do you want to talk about today, Jermaine?
That's a terrible transition, man. You got to pick up your game.
Oh, Jesus. Why do I agree to do this every week?
This is what we do, man. This is how we banter. I'm great. You're not so great.
Yeah. You're great. You're always great.
Thank you. I'm glad that you are coming around. I appreciate that. I think we're going to do our very, very first episode of Where Are They Now?
Cool.
So, where do you think we should start? I think,
I was looking at, there was something I found today about some members of that classic television show that we all watched at one point, Baywatch.
Man, when I think of classics, you say Law and Order, MASH.
Yeah.
I got nothing.
Where are you full of that? Is that your classic team?
I just think of the shows that had like a lot of critical and commercial success, and
I was being kind of sarcastic.
Me too. I mean, let's face it. Longevity, Baywatch is in the upper echelon, but critically, no one loved Baywatch.
No.
And most people watched it because it was basically softcore porn.
Hey, pause for a second.
Oh, jeez. How can you have a pause? And we're back. Did you know that they did a masturbation study about Baywatch? And that
I'm sure you know all about it.
Asshole.
No,
But when they did it with a bunch of different shows, but when Baywatch was on, like, people's testosterone levels like went through the roof. And they were, like spider monkeys.
So everybody was cranking it when Baywatch was on.
Yeah.
I wonder what the level of, for that show, like how often was it muted?
Well, that study doesn't exist, but I'm willing to bet it's probably one of the top shows that people masturbated to.
I mean, so you just made that all up.
But it sounded pretty good. You were like, I could kind of see that.
Oh, totally. I mean, what else would they be doing that to? Like Baywatch or what else? Empty Nest was on at the same time? Come on.
I wish, like, if they could chart how many times people hit pause.
They didn't have DVR back then.
No, it didn't exist.
Yeah, DVRs would have broke back then.
Oh my god.
It was just such a ridiculous show. And people forget that it was based off a little TV movie.
Right.
If I saw it now, I'd probably be like, holy cow, this is horrible. But at the time, as a kid, I thought, oh, this is pretty good.
The thing that bothers me the most is, like, when it first started, it was kind of semi-serious, and people were, like,
semi-respectable.
Yeah,
like they were trying to be respectable.
People were, like, really into it. Like, they had interesting storylines. Like, I mean, it is what it is, but it became something much more ridiculous.
Well, yeah.
Once they figured out what drove the ratings up, they went full force.
They lost all pretense.
That's what it's all about, man. But I didn't mean to cut you off.
So you want to do a Where Are They Now?
Baywatch edition.
Bum, bum. I don't remember the theme.
We have to play the theme song.
Pull that up.
We're gonna cue up the theme song. Oh man, we should have had that ready. That's horrible. I blame it on you.
Why? What did I do?
Just being you. This is not working, man. I'm tired of always carrying the load.
Oh, yeah.
You ready for some awesomeness?
Where are they now?
Now, when I think all-time theme songs,
This isn't anywhere on my list.
it's not even close.
Is that off right there?
So what?
Is that off right
I don't know. I have to look it up. Okay. It's very piano heavy.
Yeah. What, you got something against piano?
No.
Oh, you cut it off.
We're not gonna play the whole. We're not gonna play the whole thing. Come on, man. We're gonna lose. We're gonna lose. we're gonna lose our listeners, man.
All right, let's start off with Hasselhoff.
Mhm.
People, did you know that he started his own social network
Oh god.
called Hoffspace? And why am I not on this?
I feel like you're lying.
That's what the article said, that he started.
Oh.
I don't know if it's still around, but I'm looking it up right now. And if it's still around,
Oh my goodness, you're making my head hurt.
I question whether it took off. It's got 51 likes on Facebook. 53.
Oh my god.
And the first comment on Hoffspace, I'm pretty sure, is in German.
Oh my god. I really don't know what to say about this. Oh.
I think if he tries again, MySpace will be nothing. He needs to concentrate on that.
Is anyone still using MySpace?
No, Justin Timberlake tried to revive it. Remember that? They hired him to try to pump it up. This is still cool.
Oh well, I guess that tells you how much I
don't know that it worked. They tried to make a big deal out of they had a good music sharing thing to it.
But that was the best thing about it at first, was the music part.
But now I'm really not sure how well they've done since they've tried to revamp it. I still don't hear anybody say oh, hit me up on MySpace.
No, you hear in older movies and you're just like, whoa.
Yeah.
When was this?
Jeremy Jackson. He played Hobie. Remember Hobie?
The ambitious son.
Now, you unearthed a cool little thing from Hobie.
Which may be the greatest song ever written. There's an episode where he has a band. It bothers me that I've seen enough episodes where I can talk about it.
Know that one.
But, Baywatch is the phenomenon that it was. But at one point, it became like, what kind of comedy can we draw from Baywatch? Because it was so bad. But there was an episode where he was in a band and he's daydreaming in his garage or whatever, and he's playing keyboard, and which Baywatch was great for, as you know, the video montage. you knew every episode there was gonna be one, and it was one for him, and it went into his song "You Can Run," and there's an actual video for it, and it is terrible. And
is it on your iPod?
Excuse me. Oh hell no! But it does make me laugh.
You have any of it, or?
I guess I'm expected to cue that up too.
Oh, sorry. I thought you already had it. I might have.
You can at least give me a heads up, man.
Well, while you're looking, don't worry, because I'll talk more about the great Jeremy Jackson, a.k.a. Hobie.
You tell me when you're ready, because I got it queued up.
Did you know that he endorses Ed Hardy clothing and a premature ejaculation treatment?
I wonder if he prematurely ejaculated while he was watching it was reruns of Baywatch.
Is being on that show what caused that problem? That's kind of a catch-22.
It made him overly sensitive.
I mean, that would be a real big problem on a show like that.
Oh my god.
And it says he was on Celebrity Rehab with Dr. Drew in 2011.
Wow.
When that's what you have, the most recent thing you have to put on your resume, I don't know if that looks particularly good.
I don't think so. Do not think so, my friend.
Well, let's hear this great song.
All right.
Take us all back to
1994.
Oh yeah. Where were you in 94?
When this smash hit came out. Greatest song of all time.
I like you again.
Take that, Justin Bieber.
If you need to describe the video.
Huh?
If you need to describe the video, just go on.
I just have the song playing. I don't have the video up. But basically, the whole video, he's just running from girls. And he's doing some awful dance moves. I suggest you, listeners out there, queue up the video on your own. You have to see it, because the video's as bad as the song.
Girls just chasing him because he's Hobie.
It is terrible. I gotta stop it. I can't take it anymore.
He ruined 3 pairs of pants during that video.
Oh god, that's disgusting. Erica Leniak and Nicole Eckert kind of pretty much had the same fate as him. Not with the premature ejaculation.
Like, how does that work?
But they were on another VH1 show, Celebrity Fit Club. Which you would think, that they were on Baywatch, you wouldn't expect that to happen.
Yeah, but they're people too, Jermaine.
They
just
are.
Because they're famous actors.
Yeah, don't do that sensitive crap. Yeah, anyone who knows you knows you're full of shit, and I'm calling you out.
I just think, you can be a little bigoted sometimes.
Nope, I just hate you.
Well, you hate women. You have issues.
Now, first of all, I do not hate women. I don't. Give me an example. Give me an example where I hate women.
Well, you were just kind of belittling.
I don't belittle
the largeness.
I'm not doing that.
Just be a little more sensitive. That's all I'm saying.
Fuck you. That's sensitive.
See. Dr. Drew needs to do a rehab for you.
I just think you're too sensitive.
But I don't know. You're not a celebrity, so you just got rehab. All right.
I was like, I'm just stop talking. Let's see how he handles that. You need me. You know that. You can't exist without me.
So who's your favorite Baywatch girl?
I'm gonna go with Yasmin Bleeth.
Yeah.
Something about her, man. She had it, and I wanted to give it to her.
I liked her a lot. She kind of had some issues too. Got into cocaine.
Not surprised.
Then in the "Where are they now?" part, it said, since rehab, she's been trying to rebuild her career and is now married to a strip club owner.
Yeah.
For some reason, I don't know that's a good thing.
How does she meet a strip club owner?
I don't know, but I don't know.
Oh, dude, they live in Scottsdale, Arizona. Maybe he owns the greatest strip club of all time.
Jermaine isn't a connoisseur of strip clubs.
That's not true. You've been to more than I have. Yeah.
We're talking about like 3 to 2.
I can count on one hand how many I've been to.
Yeah, I think I can too. Now, there's a friend who probably can.
Now, he would be the connoisseur.
Yeah. It's messed up because you remember the girl that played, what was her role? I don't want to say how you would know who she is.
Just say it.
She's the only one that didn't have big boobs.
She's the one who was there at the beginning.
Yeah.
Wasn't like Alex
Holden.
That's the one.
And they killed her off, didn't they?
I can't remember.
I think like her and, if I remember right, they killed her off, and Hasselhoff was like kind of.
She was there at the beginning, right?
Yeah, and he was like, "I've always loved you," and she's like, "Bleh!" It was very emotional.
You're so stupid. Alexandria Paul. Stephanie Holden was a character.
Well, see the kind of respect she gets because this is how they describe her. Though she couldn't fill out her swimsuit quite as well as the other gals.
Oh my god.
Paul was one of only 2 cast members who didn't have implants.
Oh my god. You remember, like, they were like, it's horrible because they would always like make her wear a jacket or whatever.
Yeah.
You just like, come on, guys.
Away from the hideous A cup.
This show was awful.
That's not how real women should be. It says her character was popular nonetheless.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Jeez Louise, they are harsh, man.
Oh, man.
It's terrible.
And now she is an environmental activist. Yay. An Iron Man competitor.
It's like until you don't like environmentalists.
It's not that I don't appreciate the cause.
Oh, here we go.
They themselves can tend to be a little tedious.
So you're kind of saying they're the douchebags?
Sure.
I don't know. I said, I don't care. What are they going to do? They're non-violent, man. You don't have to worry about it.
And the last guy I'll mention is David Charvet. He was
Who the hell is that?
Matt Brody.
Jeez, I think you know way more about this show than I do.
Oh, I'm reading an article.
Oh, okay.
But he's now a singer touring Europe with cheesy pop songs.
Come on, man.
And you look at him and you're like, oh, this poor guy. But he married friggin' Brooke Burke.
Was she on the show?
Was she briefly?
I don't know, man. That's
Honestly,
what I'm
no.
asking.
But I don't know. They had kind of everybody towards the end.
Yeah, it was.
I still know.
Yeah, I mean they switched out people so much, I couldn't keep up with them.
Anyway, that's my take on our very first Where Are They Now? Anything to add?
I don't.
I know people are really wondering, where are they now?
I just have to take that. I hope the people listening have seen Baywatch Night.
Oh, yeah.
That was even better because, at nighttime they were detectives for the first season. And
when
then
did Hasselhoff sleep?
And then the second season, they were like X-File detectives.
Oh, yeah. Because X-Files was popular then, so they had to, piggyback off of that. Make it all creepy and ghosts and aliens.
But that's where we got Angie Harmon, who actually went on to have some success and is still doing her thing.
Is she still married to what's-his-face?
Jason Sehorn, yeah.
Yeah.
See, there is a light at the end of the tunnel of Baywatch, and it's Angie Harmon.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Oh, no doubt.
And I've heard that she ranks Baywatch Nights as the second worst thing she ever did after Jason.
That's a good one.
Thank you very much.
Sometimes you're not that bad.
That's the best review I've had.
There are moments where I don't hate your gut. That's one of them.
Get a little emotional here.
That's what we do. Dude, it's like the second thing she did was Baywatch Night.
And she quit that show, and then she basically ends up just doing another show, playing pretty much the same person. I don't know why people have to quit these shows. They think I'm real popular. My best career move is to leave it.
We're talking about quit what show?
What's the show that made her famous?
Law and Order?
Yeah.
What about it?
Well, what did she do once she left?
Like voiceover stuff.
Okay, well, you're kind of proving my point.
Yeah. She left because, she got married and had kids and they were doing that deal.
Yeah, they would have worked with her.
All in all, I think things have turned out really well for her. Can't say the same for everybody else on Baywatch. I mean, they
Baywatch Nights.
Same thing. Who the hell are they fooling? Yeah. I got nothing to add to that.
That's why he's the best color commentator in the business, folks.
Oh, God. So what else are we talking about, man?
What else you
got? I know you were talking about some hack premises in comedy. Let's talk about that.
Let's see. I read, now I can't remember who said it.
Freaking believable.
What's that?
Can you be more unprepared?
Colin Quinn.
You rat bastard.
Jeez, it took me like 2 seconds.
You suck. Go ahead, stupid.
Man,
speak.
Why you gotta be so hateful?
Because I got issues. Now talk. This is how I know how to be nice. This is me being nice.
It's true. I'm in an abusive relationship.
Just speak.
So Colin Quinn was talking about hack material,
mm-hmm.
and I can't even remember what he said.
Jesus Christ.
But it was like, oh, such and such, if you keep doing it, that'll be the new hack. And I wonder if there's anything that's not considered hack by stand-ups that should be. Have you ever thought of that or seen stuff where you're like, why is this accepted that people constantly do this?
It's so tough because I feel like depending on who you talk to, something is hack. Like if you're doing observational stuff, people will say that's hacky. If you do shit jokes, that's hacky. But people
like
do
literal poop jokes.
Yeah. Well, you know what I'm saying.
Or just bad jokes.
People always have a story, and there's always some story about I almost pooped myself, or I farted, whatever. And people are like, that's hacky, but I'm like, but is it funny? Well, yeah. Well, I mean, it just depends on. I don't know. I can't describe it. I just think because I always hear people say, well, I think that's kind of hacky, and I'm like, and I'm not talking about fart stuff, but I just threw that one out there. But depending on who you are, because there's the material where like a lot of black black comics will do the black-white thing, and white comics say that's hacky. But then they'll do it too. But when they do it, it's not hacky.
Yeah.
There's the the I hate women stuff, and people say, well, that's hacky. Well, women will say that's hacky. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it's just another guy who hates women. You brought up one earlier, the religion, which is one people don't seem to think is hacky, and they always jump into it. I agree, but I just think it always depends on the person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I think it's you know that almost every comic is gonna do the material on religion, which is why I like Brett Ernst's joke about when he goes, he's like, when he says like, and I'm gonna butcher his joke, when he says like, every Christian I met is cool, every Muslim cool, every Jewish person cool. And he's like, who's a real asshole? Every atheist I met. And I was like, wow, that's different because, usually comedians hate religion.
Yeah, that's totally not what I would expect.
And he's like, every atheist that I've come across is the biggest asshole. Which, that's what it's, and I don't know.
Well, there's the comics that I've dealt with, which, not a lot, but I think there's probably one of them that I know would say, oh, I'm a Christian, and he even made the point of, what's the deal with constantly putting down religion in everybody's act? Like, it's his joke is, well, it's Leo Hodson, so I don't like quote somebody and not give him credit, but and he made the joke of, people say, oh, well, I don't believe in it, that's why I can say, God damn it or whatever, because I don't even think he exists. And he's like, well, I don't go around saying like unicorn damn it, that makes no sense. But it's like so many, it's like you'll go to an open mic or something and you're just like, here's another one, and they're just, so God and religion is all Christians and all of these people are such idiots, and it's like, where is it? I guess it's so PC and it's just everybody has that same mindset that people don't actually realize it's total hack now because everybody's doing it.
Well, yeah, well, I think like if you'll take for instance, and you may have heard it, like I thought, like Jim Jeffries hates religion, but I thought his joke on religion was hilarious.
Well, yeah, because it was better constructed.
Yeah, like
it was just better than most.
If I don't, but honestly, I don't think most people are as clever about it as he is, or as.
Well, and that's where you can take like something that on its premise would seem hack, and you can still save it. Because when he started into that, I was like, oh, here we go again.
And I was actually, the funny thing is, I was actually kind of worried when I sent it to you or told you about it. I was like, he might not like this part. But I was like, it's actually kind of funny. Like, I don't agree with him, but it's freaking hilarious.
Well, and that's the thing. I'm not trying to sound like such a stick in the mud.
No. I know what you're saying.
I don't have to agree with people to find it funny, because that was like really cleverly done, and it was funny.
See, that's why, like, for the hack thing, it's tough because I think some people are better at writing jokes. Like, I think, someone could tell a shit joke and it's hilarious, even though most people would say that's a hack material. But I think there's some comedians that can tell that joke in a way that it's not about shit, but even though shit plays a big part of it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. I get what you're saying. It's tough because most people are just like, religion is dumb, and I think people and I hate Christians.
Well, there's not much more to the joke.
Yeah, that's it. Well, see, I feel that way about movies. Like, I feel like let's have a bad guy. Let's have a social concept, and let's make the bad guy religion.
Oh yeah.
It's lazy.
Oh, it's incredibly lazy, and let's make the religious guy seem like a complete nut job. I see that all over the place in movies and TV shows.
Yeah, well,
even TV shows I like that are clever in other ways. Like, I just started watching that Orange is the New Black, and I'm like, man, this is a really good show. And now the nut job that's come out of the woodwork and it's like terrorizing this other girl is like, she's the big time Christian from Virginia.
Of course.
That has like effed up teeth.
Of course.
And is a total backwoods. But always quotes, always is like quoting the Bible and saying this and that. And it gets so tiresome.
Yeah,
and the Southern thing bothers me as much as any of it. I'm like,
it's so cliche.
Yeah, but and then I've been at other comedy shows and I think we've been at the same couple of comedy shows where it's been like, oh, so I was taking my antidepressant medication today, and then the next person will get up and be like, so I was taking my Zoloft today.
Yeah.
The next person will get up, so I better take my antidepressant medication. And it's like, like, that's a weird thing because you realize everybody's freaking depressed that does it.
Right.
But,
Which, I mean,
but I
unfortunately,
don't know, like, if we're all talking about the same thing, how interesting is it?
yeah, well, you know, it's got to be something that makes it different. Like, you know, what did you do while you were taking your antidepressants? Did you become more interesting? I'm assuming no. Dude, are you seriously yawning while we're working?
Nobody would have known that.
Well, they know it now.
I know, so why'd you say something?
Because I felt the need to call you out, asshole.
You have some real anger issues.
They seem to be sparked by you, so take that for what it's worth.
I'm not sure what I keep doing.
Because I wasn't angry before I started doing them.
Dang, it doesn't take much.
But yeah, I don't know, man. It's funny because like I think a lot of people aren't. I say I can't even get my words together. It's just I'm so tired of the same old deal. Like you and I talk about this one, and one that kills me is when we watch TV shows and movies, and we probably brought it up on the podcast before. But anytime they, you know, mention anywhere else, say like Virginia or North Carolina, they totally, you know, they try to make it look like Texas or whatever, and it's not quite the same.
It's like the backwoods part of West Virginia that probably doesn't even hardly exist anymore. They try to make it seem so
like they treat any, you know, any southern state like it's freaking like we're all people from Deliverance.
Yeah.
You know, and it's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. You know, again.
Who was the actor? Oh no, this could drive me crazy. But there's an actor that
drive me crazy.
Has a southern accent that Laurence Olivier, who's like considered about the greatest actor ever. It's gonna come to me after I say the story.
Well, tell the story and then let it come to you.
But he was working with Olivier, and the guy's like, "Oh, where's that accent from? That's an awesome accent." And meaning, you know, it was a southern accent,
right?
And he was from like, I can't remember, but it was like he felt like he barely had an accent at all.
Right.
And Olivier says, "Can I record your voice because I have to play this famous character in Cat on a Hot Tin Roof who's like from Louisiana or something like some." And he's like, "Well, my accent is not remotely that accent. It's not the same thing." And Olivier's like, "Oh, it's close enough," because he was like, all Southern accents are the same.
Yeah, that's basically what he was saying.
I'm like, oh, but they're not at all.
No, I mean, the further south you go, the stronger it gets, which people don't understand. They just assume that in Virginia they sound the same as they do in North Carolina, but there's a difference. And you know, you throw in South Carolina and Georgia, and there's a really big difference.
Yeah.
But what the hell, man? I think, you know, people would say we're taking things a little too seriously. But it's not even that. It's just annoying.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. Is that supposed to be funnier? Maybe, but I don't get it. Did you just die?
I could ask the same about you.
Well, you know, it's always me trying to bring you back to life, man.
Is it always?
Always.
Uh-huh.
Every time.
So what else you got? Did you have any theories or more opinions on material or
material for what?
Like stuff that's hack but not necessarily considered that way?
Like I told you, I honestly, I rarely do I say something that's hack because I think it's tough. Because, like I said, it just depends on who you're talking to. Because people will listen to Jerry Seinfeld and say that's hacky, but to me, it's great. It's freaking hilarious. If someone else was trying to do it, then it's hacky to me. You know, if they're trying to do it exactly like Jerry Seinfeld, then it becomes hacky. Because he's the guy that people seem to imitate a lot. But if you talk to other comedians, Jerry Seinfeld's imitating Woody Allen, blah blah blah. So
yeah, I don't know. To me, Seinfeld kind of started all that, or a lot of the observational type stuff, and and the hack people are just the ones that are trying to come after him. But he's definitely not to me.
No, not to me, like I said, but you'll hear other comedians say that, and they say, well, he's just doing Woody Allen.
Well, most of those other comedians are idiots.
Well, it is what it is.
It's like Jay Moore has no right to say Jerry Seinfeld's not funny when I can't think of anything I laugh at.
I mean...
and I like Jay Moore's podcast.
I think Jay Moore's podcast is awesome, and I think Jay Moore can be funny, just not when he's on stage telling jokes, if that makes any sense. Like, it's just... stand-up is totally not funny to me.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But I mean, it's not even like I said. I've heard other comedians say that about Jerry Seinfeld. I don't get the anger, and it's probably because like most comedians, it's a business where they hate the guy that succeeds.
No, yeah, I think it's a lot of jealousy.
And I know that's something, especially in that world, when someone takes off, and especially someone who took off after other comics or had success that most comics, say a guy that most comics respect, and he never got the success, and this other comic blows up after him. That's not a good thing for people. They can't handle it. I don't understand it. But then there are certain comics that people love, like Dennis Leary, and I don't get.
No, because he sucks. And he's ripped off somebody, so.
And people seem to give him the hall pass. He's one of our hall pass clients.
He is for sure.
Anything else that grinds your gears?
I guess not tonight.
You're very low key, low tune. Something's got you down. The world's beat you down, man.
Nope.
Turn that frown upside down. Not every day's a sad day. It's a happy day.
Just chilling.
Jeez, she's bumming me the fuck out.
Alright then. Well, this is our best episode ever.
I think we're gonna call this one a night, bottom feeders. Take it easy.
Word.
Podcast and someone's answering the phone.